sometimes, as we mentioned before, we think something is a calamity when in fact it's actually good for us. So even if we acknowledge that, like, although I think this is very bad, in Allah's infinite wisdom, this might be very good for me. This might be actually a blessing. I mean, should we be keeping that in mind as well?
Absolutely, and I think this is something mentioned throughout the Quran when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says perhaps that you dislike something and Allah puts a great deal of good in it.
Okay.
You know? And I think that's something that, I think in general, this leads me to a very important point, and I wanted to spend a little time to talk about this, and that is thinking good of Allah. You know, I think one of the greatest keys to surviving a calamity, and indeed just to being a Muslim and having Iman, is what we call in Arabic, husnul dhan billah, thinking good of Allah. And I think this is for a number of reasons. First of all, the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Hadith Qudusi that the Prophet ﷺ narrated from Allah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Ana inda dhanni abdi bi." I am as my slave thinks of me. In other words, if you think good of Allah, you'll find Allah to be as you think of Him. And if you think bad of Allah, Allah has left me, Allah has abandoned me, Allah has punished me, Allah has destroyed me, Allah doesn't want good for me, then you'll find Allah to be as you think of Him.
Okay.
This hadith is very profound. I am as my slave.